Even if I did rise to the position of Hokage, once I died, everything I'd learned and mastered would be lost forever. I want the immortality jutsu. Everything will be mine. I won't be contained by the Leaf Village, or even by my own body. To achieve my goals, I'll do whatever it takes, either through an organization or by myself.
Eerie, unsettling, powerful, intelligent, conniving, evil. These descriptions are synonymous to Orochimaru's character. From the moment he's introduced to us in the Forest of Death, one word strikes true: fear. With just a first glance, Sasuke described Orochimaru as death itself. From the beginning of the series, Sasuke is portrayed as a capable shinobi, one who doesn't relent, but that image has only been distorted twice. First with Zabuza, whose immense killing intent nearly drove Sasuke to suicide, and second with Orochimaru. Sasuke himself even described Orochimaru's presence to be far worse than Zabuza's. Sakura couldn't even recognize Sasuke in the state of fear he was in. For once, Sakura wasn't the one frozen in fear. Orochimaru's killing intent was so powerful that both Sasuke and Sakura saw their deaths as if they were in a genjutsu. Even with the power of the Nine Tails at his side, Naruto was obliterated in mere seconds. The same Naruto who had used the Nine Tails' power to take down Haku, a shinobi regarded to be more powerful than Kakashi and Zabuza. Kakashi himself was in a state of fear when he faced Orochimaru. Even for a ninja of Kakashi's caliber, the copy ninja saw his death just by feeling Orochimaru's presence. This was the first time we had seen anything like this. Kakashi was left in a cold sweat and left like a cowering child. In the flashbacks, we are shown that Kakashi was left in a similar state when faced with Orochimaru when he defected the village, meaning nothing had changed in the 12 years that had passed. Kakashi still feared Orochimaru. When fighting the third Hokage, Orochimaru sheds his skin to reveal the face of a little girl. A deeply unsettling sight for Hiruzen as Orochimaru parades and mocks him with the little girl's face. A display of his cruelty, but this was only a glimpse of it. Orochimaru resurrects the first and second Hokage, Hiruzen's mentors, attacking his mind and heart. Despair was written on the third Hokage's face as he realized that he had to face his late mentors as a result of his demented student. Children, adults, weak, powerful, young, old. To Orochimaru, that didn't matter. He never discriminated with his victims. In his quest for infinite knowledge, Orochimaru cut ties with the world and himself, jumping from body to body, experimenting on anyone and everyone he came across, manipulating those around him. To Orochimaru, everyone is nothing but a stepping stone to his goal. But how did Orochimaru get here? To better understand his motives, we need to look back at his history. Jiraiya reveals to us that the leaf is responsible for killing Orochimaru's parents. As a child, he was never shown to be a sociable individual and always stuck to himself. The only interactions he ever had were with his version of Team 7, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Hiruzen. When Orochimaru visits his parents' graves, he encounters a white snake. Although he doesn't cry for his parents, his younger self was still quite expressive. This shows Orochimaru wasn't always without his humanity. Hiruzen tells Orochimaru that the snake that he had found represents good fortune and rebirth, and it might have been a sign that he had found the white snake. A sign that his parents may have reincarnated and they may once reunite in the future, to which Orochimaru eagerly asks when. Even when Hiruzen doesn't give him a satisfactory answer, he still looks at the snake with endearment. As Orochimaru grew older, death surrounded him. The second and third Great Ninja War, done, and finally his breaking point, Naoki. Orochimaru watched Tsunade crumble under the deaths of her lover and her little brother, and subsequently developing homophobia when Dan dies in her hands. Orochimaru watched Tsunade, the woman regarded as the best healer, try and fail to save those closest around her. As he watched Tsunade's anguish over losing her little brother, Orochimaru cried for her. This was the moment that broke the camel's back. Orochimaru began to resent and fear mortality. His fear drove him to seek every jutsu to defend himself from death's door. He could even bring back Dan, Naoki, and even his parents. If not, he could live forever. When Hiruzen told Orochimaru that he didn't know when he would meet his parents again, Orochimaru seemed ready to wait, even if it meant eternity. As a child, Orochimaru was a gifted shinobi, going as far as to be branded a genius. Very few shinobi earned the privilege of being acknowledged as one. Orochimaru was one of the few shinobi that came close to matching the god of shinobi's jutsu tally. Alongside Jiraiya and Tsunade, they earned the moniker the Sunny for surviving the battle with Hands of the Salamander, the leader of the Rain Village during the time of the Second Great Ninja War. He later joined the Yanbu, and then later the Root. While in the Root, Orochimaru's cruel experiments began. He began trying to replicate wood release, to which he succeeded with Yamato. This achievement came at the cost of the lives of 6 other children. He created a Hashirama cell arm for Danzo. fully equipped with Sharingan from deceased Uchiha. Orochimaru also took on an apprentice, Anko Mitarashi, who was part of his genin team. He taught her many of his prized techniques, and even his immortality research. Anko later became the test subject for the caste seal, consequently, becoming its only survivor. Orochimaru was quick to abandon Anko when she refused to follow him, thus creating resentment within Anko. This resentment is best seen in the Forest of Death, when Anko later confronts Orochimaru, even going as far as using a suicide technique to kill him. When Hiruzen passed up Orochimaru for the position of 4th Hokage in favor of Minato, Orochimaru delved deeper into his darkness, the same darkness that made Hiruzen pass up Orochimaru for the position of Hokage. After uncovering the truth of his prized pupil's experiments, Hiruzen tried to apprehend and kill Orochimaru, but like a snake, Orochimaru was just as slippery, and just as quickly defected from the hidden leaf. Orochimaru had experimented on hundreds if not thousands of people, men, women and children, from the hidden leaf and from other villages. There was no discrimination on who would become his next victim. Kimimaru, Anko, Karin, Jugo, Suigetsu, Sasuke, the Sound Four, Kin, Zaku, Dosu, the Iburi clan, Kabuto. Orochimaru had his hand in the entire shinobi world in search of immortality. In his battle with the third Hokage, Orochimaru reveals another one of his goals to Hiruzen. Orochimaru says that he likes to make things move, to spin the windmill. That is how Orochimaru views the world, as entertainment. To him, human lives were lesser, toys to be used for his own entertainment. Orochimaru had absolute belief in himself and his ideals, that he thought that the shinobi world should bend to his whims, that he could truly become the ultimate being. His beliefs were challenged twice, once by Itachi Uchiha, and lastly by Sasuke Uchiha, the latter of whom had killed him. Upon his revival, Orochimaru sheds his skin and changes, a change noted by Tsunade herself. Orochimaru says that he was eventually going to change, as it is the order of things. During the war, Orochimaru reanimates the Hokage for Sasuke, was willing to protect him when Tobirama and Hashirama flared their chakra, and followed him into battle and protected him, even healing Tsunade and teaming up with Hiruzen in the process. These were clear signs of Orochimaru's change, regardless of how subtle. Action, war, conflict, they all excited Orochimaru. Orochimaru was excited by being the wind that turned the windmill. But what excited him even more was the unknown, which is why he later aligns himself with Sasuke. In Boruto, Orochimaru sheds his skin once more, through the creation of Mitsuki. He watches Mitsuki and the choices he makes without interference. The only time Orochimaru gives his input is when Mitsuki goes out of his way to ask Orochimaru. Even when Mitsuki went missing, Orochimaru didn't go looking for him. He sent Boruto his way, the one Mitsuki regarded as his son. Throughout the series, Orochimaru's core has never changed. He still wanted to observe the motions. Although his methods changed, he remained true to his goal. That is Orochimaru, the snake that sheds its skin again and again, the Uroboros that will keep swallowing its tail.